I hope everyone is having a fantabulous Tuesday because it's time for Coffee and Crochet with Sara live podcast. I was looking at all the comments and I noticed Carol Smith says, anybody else get their days mixed up? Well, the 4th of July messed me up last week because we had Monday off, of course, so I didn't do a video. And we played till late into the night, Monday night. And then I got up Tuesday and I was like, what day is this? So you're not the only one, Carol, that gets your days mixed up. One really cool thing is if you do get your days mixed up, my live videos are always recorded onto YouTube and you can always watch them when you get a minute. Makes me feel good I'm not the only one. Well, I've got a table full of things to talk about today, and I hope you're ready for a really fun and exciting show. Well, the first thing we need to do is clink in. I wanted to show you this cup I got. Of course, this is our Coffee and Crochet with Sara cup, and I do have some special coffee in here that I'm going to talk about in just a minute. And one of the boutiques that I went to this week, I purchased this one. Do I like a big cup of coffee or what? That deserves a double clinkety clink clink clink. I love this. Is this not awesome? Of course, I wanted a new Oklahoma cup. I have another one. I just wanted another one. So I'm going to set that aside. I don't have anything in it. And I'm drinking some fantabulous coffee. I did want to update you. I got a few emails about how's Rosie and Max doing with the fleas. They're gone. We nipped it in the bud. My husband got some good spray just in case and sprayed the yard. And I found this awesome dog wash that has oatmeal cream or something in it, and it soothes their skin. And Maximo loves his baths. You put warm water on him and he's like, oh, that feels like a massage. Rosie's the opposite. She's like, I don't want to get wet. I don't want to get wet. But they're both doing fantastic. As a matter of fact, Rosie was sitting with me and she decided to get down. She's over on her poof. Max is in the other room on his bed, on the couch. Or not his bed, but on his blanket. Max loves his blankets. He flips them up with his nose and crawls right underneath them. So actually Rosie just left, I think. She's right behind me now. She's right over there. So anyway, let's get going, okay? The coffee I want to tell you about is I've told you about this coffee before. My daughter, her sister-in-law has a company called KAFFA BUNN Roastery. And you can find it. It's just KAFFABUNNRoastery.com. Really easy to find. And I've ordered some coffee from her again. And it's called Mexico Laja. I looked it up online to make sure I pronounced it right. This is a dark chocolate with an orange coffee. It is fantabulous. I've used that word 3 times now. It's my new favorite word. But it is. It tastes scrumptious and yummy. And it works great for hot coffee and cold coffee. Because y'all know I'm not a big fan of cold coffee, but there's a few of them that I really like that way. And so I made some of this yesterday evening, had a cup of it. It's really good. And then this morning I put ice in my coffee and it is really good. It's a really smooth, not overbearing flavor. So if you want to order some from them, they have several flavors and they're always changing them. And this is a home-based business, the KAFFA BUNN Roastery. They're not paying me to say this. I'm just telling you about it because it is such a good coffee and you can order it online. And they added the K-Cups if you have a machine that does the K-Cups. I got rid of my K-Cup machine because it kept breaking. Went back to my good old Mr. Coffee. So anywho, I wanted to tell you about that, and this, it's just so good. I just can't stop drinking it. This cup seems so tiny after that big old Oklahoma one, doesn't it? All right, the other thing I wanted to tell you about is buttons. Now, we just moved here. We're still unpacking some things, and we're not going to unpack everything because we know we're going to be in this particular rental house temporarily. And so we have been having a lot of fun looking at houses, by the way. Anyway, so my husband and I were out. We were picking up dry cleaning and doing some other things. And he said, you want to go to Hobby Lobby? You haven't been in a while. And I've been super good. I didn't get any of the Hobby Lobby clearance yarn this year. Usually I spend a couple $100, but you can see I don't need it. Okay. So what I did is we went in and I wanted to check out the buttons. Well, I went into the Christmas area because Hobby Lobby in July starts putting out their Christmas. Because remember, Hobby Lobby's a craft store. And so we crafters have to have our stuff. Well, I didn't see any of the place where they put the Christmas buttons was still empty. And I told my husband, I said, let's go look in the scrapbooking area. All right. And so I found poinsettias. I found some holly with some sparkly berries. And I also found some for fall. Okay, so I buy these. These are made by the Paper Studio. And these are for scrapbooking. They do have the little loops on the back for sewing. This one does. This one you'll have to hot glue on, or another type of that E6000 glue, because they're flat backs. But the poinsettias have the loops. And I like them both. I don't mind if it's a decorative button to glue it on. I don't. Okay? And I was like, okay, I've got some buttons. These will get me through. And they had some other ones also. They had some little reindeers, some snowflakes, and then an assortment of ones that were like snowmen and different things like that. Just little packages like this. And these are $2.99 a pack, okay? Which isn't a bad price, I don't think. Okay? So, then we get home. I'm bringing them into here to my yarn room, and I open up the drawer, and what do I find? My container of buttons. And I'm like, well, I found my container of buttons and I added to it. But I just wanted to show you that because you may be looking in your craft stores just in the sewing area, looking for buttons, and also over by the yarn goods and things like that. And you may not find the buttons you're looking for. So you go to the Christmas department. They don't have the buttons out yet, or you don't like what you're looking for. Go to the scrapbooking area because they have a ton of really cute buttons. That's where I found the sparkly dog bones. And let me show you in here. I've got a couple that I found. These are sparkly dog bones, and they're smaller. And I've got like here an assortment of like dog ones. These are from before that I found. And these are all over in the scrapbooking department. Here's the one of the nativity scene. These are in the Christmas area. And here's another one. These are all ones that I purchased before. Some from Hobby Lobby, some from Joann's, and some from Michael's in the scrapbooking area. And you can find some at Walmart as well. But they don't have as big an assortment, but they do have some. And so don't give up. And try the scrapbooking department, okay? Yeah, Jennifer E says, now your button box is complete. I have a button issue, okay? I like buttons. Not as much as I like yarn, but I do like buttons. Okay, so another thing I did this week is my granddaughter told me about this little boutique that's right here in Mustang, Oklahoma. And it's called Burlap Buffalo. This is where I purchased this great big mug, is at Burlap Buffalo. And then I also purchased this bracelet that I'm wearing. I want you to see this. I'm going to show it to you in the other camera. All right, and I've got some stuff here that we're going to talk about in just a second. But this bracelet, it's from a company called Ermish. But look at these little tassels and these little crystals, okay? Isn't that adorable? Well, they had this sale going on. They said they had a sale going. If you get 5, they're only $35, and they're regularly $9 a piece. And so I picked out 4, and I let my granddaughter pick out 1. And they're just gorgeous. And if you've ever bought the rustic cuff bracelets, they're like those. Come here, baby. Rosie's whining. Give me 2 seconds. Come here, baby. Come here, baby. She needs her mama. Here she is. There she is. Say hello. And kiss mama. Her breast stinks. All right, baby girl. Why don't you sit there on your puff? Sometimes she's very clingy. Since we've moved, she hasn't. I mean, we were in our house in Colorado for 9 years. And before that, I mean, that's a long time. And so she's still struggling a little bit with just, you know. Anyway, if you want to find this company called Ermish, I'm going to spell it for you. Again, they didn't ask me to tell you about them, but it's E-R-M-I-S-H, Ermish. And they do tons of jewelry. They have a Facebook page also. You can just look for it. But they have lots of neat little things like this, like with the little tassels. I know I say tassel. My grandmother always said tassel, and so I say that. But it's still the same thing. Okay. So anyway, I wore that on Sunday to church, and I got a lot of compliments. Okay, now let's talk about what happened. Oh, I have one more thing I wanted to talk about. I forgot. I did get some happy mail this week from Kim. My sweet friend Kim, she sent me this beautiful butterfly card. Isn't that beautiful? I love butterflies too. And I'm not going to read all of it to you, but she sent me this cross. It's a wooden cross. It's beautifully made, okay? And she said, I had this cross handmade by my friend Al to give to you. At my church, I sign up for classes to become a lay servant, and for participating in the class, the instructor's husband, who is Al, makes these crosses. Isn't that neat? And so she sent one to me. And I think it's a really neat idea because it helps you, if you have something around, to remember to help take care of others. You know, it's amazing what we can do for other people that is really, really simple. And sometimes it's just telling them hello and you're caring for them and shaking their hand, giving them a hug. I know at the church we attend here, they are big on handshakes. And when COVID hit, you know, you had to kind of wave from a distance. And so some of those things are starting to happen again here. So our church back up in Colorado, we did a lot of elbow bumps and waves. We would do this thing like this called a hug because you couldn't really hug each other, you know. So it's good that part of it is you know, winding down, because human contact is super important. And so I thought that was a really neat idea. The other thing she sent me is some shark stickers for my grandkids. They're coming over tomorrow, and she says for Shark Week. And you know, they love stickers, and so I'm going to come up with some sort of a craft to do with them. So, and again, if you want my address, your best bet is to click down below where it says see more underneath this video when we're done. And my web page is down there. Just click the web page, and up at the top of the web page it says contact. Hit that contact tab, and it goes straight to my email, and you can email me, and I'll send you my shipping address that way, okay? I don't put it out there anywhere because I don't want spammers and all that nonsense going on, which it does anyway, but I try to avoid it as much as possible. All right, I do have my candy cane pen today because it is Christmas in July last week, and it will run through this Friday. All right, so let's talk about what we did this week for Christmas in July. Well, the first thing that we did was this. This is a cardinal. He's a round, chubby cardinal. And this one is too thick. He's got a little stuffing inside. Makes a nice ornament. You could make a bunch and hang them up for a bunting, or just hang it as a gift tag for a friend. And then these two I made are flat. I didn't make two. I didn't stuff it. It's just flat. And we have a wing on here. If you want to use this for a coaster, don't put this wing on here. But you can just do a stitch of black in order to represent a wing and use it as a coaster. And of course, you can make these in acrylic or cotton for whatever you're going to use them for. The next one that we did was this. This is our holiday washcloth. And I did it especially for those leftover variegated yarns that we just don't know what to do with. Variegated can be difficult because it's hard to see the fancy stitches and things. And so we did this with that variegated, added a nice shell stitch. But I also wanted you to see that you can use up your leftover yarns in any colors. I call this my elf shirt one, because when I think of green and yellow, I think of an elf shirt for some reason. So, oops, looky there. I need to finish weaving that one in, don't I? Here, let's turn it over so you can see that. So anyway, even though this is a holiday for 4th of July washcloth, you can make it in any colors that you want to, whatever's in your cotton yarn stash. Okay, and then on Friday Fun Day, we did these cute wreaths. And they're just a basic double crochet and then single crochet. And then we did some white around the edge to make it look like snow. We added some little French knots for hollyberry, and then just some fun decorative buttons. And of course, I made one with my cardinal buttons. If you're looking for cardinal buttons, by the way, I got another bag at Hobby Lobby, and they are also over in the scrapbooking aisle if you're looking for cardinal buttons. And they're by that same brand that I was just showing you. That is, let me see if I can find that brand name there. Yeah, it's called the Paper Studio. And they had some of these cardinals. I think there were 6 or 8 in there. Your bigger buttons have 6 and your smaller ones have 8, I believe. Just in case you're wanting to know. But we did that for Friday Fun Day. And then yesterday, I'm going to move some of these out of the way so you can see this better. This is our Poinsettia Granny Hexagon. And I did it originally in red because I wanted to make some red ones. Then I got online and I noticed, because I remembered at some of the stores last year, they had some in pink and in sort of a white. They also have poinsettias in blue. I don't know how they make them different colors, probably cross-pollinating, but they also have some in speckles, where you'll have pink with speckles or white with pink speckles or red with white speckles, and I love them all. And so what I'm making from this is a tablecloth. It's going to be a smaller tablecloth, more of a decorative tablecloth or a really big doily that's going to go in the middle of my Christmas table. And so I'm making them in these 3 colors. But I put this pattern at an intermediate because how the back is done back here is a little bit different than what I have shown before. All right, and here's another one I need to weave my ends in. So, but anyway, it's not really difficult. I show you all of it and explain all of it to you on the video. All right, and I just really love how I did that, and not to brag or anything, but I really like how that one turned out. Now, all of these patterns that I showed you, they have a written pattern, they have a photo tutorial, and they have a video tutorial. If you go again to this video you're watching now, when we're done, go down in where it says see more in that description box. The links to all of these 4 patterns are in there, and that link will take you to the video. If you want the written pattern, again, underneath that video at the top in the description box is a link that'll take you to the written with a photo tutorial. Sometimes it's nice to have that written to look at while you're watching the video, and sometimes it's not. It just depends on what you like. You know, if you like a written pattern or you like a video, you know. It's so funny because I'll get questions and they'll say, I downloaded the written pattern, but I took the pictures out. Do you have any other pictures? I'm like, why did you take the pictures out? You know, or something like that. And so, you know, it just depends on what you like, what works best for you when you're doing your crochet patterns. I did want to mention this blanket that's behind me. When I did the pictures for the cardinals, I decided to use this blanket, and I got a lot of questions about where did you get that towel or where did you get that blanket. Okay, and so this is a blanket that was put out. Let me find the tag on here because I left it on here. There it is. It was put out by the National Wildlife Federation, and I don't know what year it was because this was a gift. Okay, and it's just a blanket. Let me turn it so it's not upside down. It's a fleece blanket that was a gift to me because, you know, I like cardinals. And I thought, oh, how cool, I'll put that with that and make a nice background, okay? And actually this one sits, I have a leather chair, leather recliner that I sit in to work and watch TV in the living room, but I don't like the way it feels on my back, and so I just put that fleece blanket on the back of my chair in my living room. Alrighty, so I'm gonna make sure I covered everything. Now, what's gonna happen the rest of this week is we have 2 more patterns for our Christmas in July. We have one on Thursday, and then our Friday Fun Day will also be the last pattern for the Christmas in July. And then next Monday is our Scrap Happy Crochet Along pattern. And I'm super excited about that one because it just turned out so cute. And just to get you ready, I used sparkle yarns, all different colors. And you're going to need some batting because it's going to be a stuffy. And it's just, I think I'm going to sneeze. Okay. I must have got some dust. I thought, oh, I don't want to sneeze online. Anyway, it's turned out super cute. And the Scrap Happy pattern, you're just going to use medium weight number 4 acrylic, whatever you have on hand. And if you have sparkle, you can, and if you don't. But we'll talk about that on Monday, of course. But I'm just excited about it because it turned out super duper cute. And I'm probably going to keep that one for myself. Every time I make one that's super duper cute to me, I don't want to give it away. And then, of course, I end up giving it away. So anyway, it's been fun doing the Scrap Happy patterns. I'm just looking at my notes here. And it's also been fun doing Christmas in July. Now, as we move into the end of July and into August, we're going to be starting, there's some leftover summer type things we're going to do, and then we're going to be starting some fun back to school and fall things. And I was sitting there thinking when I was looking at my calendar this morning, because I have a calendar, I write everything out and make changes and everything too. And I was thinking, how in the world are we halfway through July already? It seems like just yesterday I said we're moving, you know. So anyway, and just a quick update on that note, we excuse me. We have had a lot of good showings on our house back in Colorado, and I hope we'll have us a set in stone buyer this week. That would be super cool. Lots of good comments and things. We've been looking at a lot of houses here, but like I said, we signed a year-long contract for this house, and so we'll be here for a while probably. It's not a bad house. We love the house. It's just it doesn't have a big enough backyard, and we want to put up a pool for our grandkids, and also the 2 extra bedrooms, because the house has 4 bedrooms and an office for my husband. The bedrooms are not big enough. I have big grandkids. They're tall. So anyway, the kitchen's a little small for my opinion and for my liking also, but that's okay. This house is working for us right now. We're blessed to be here. So I think that's everything. I know I talked way too fast today. If I talked way too fast, go ahead and watch the beginning again and slow it down, because I'll be going like, welcome to... You gotta love YouTube, what it'll let you do. And I do want to remind you that if you're watching a video and it's too quiet, turn the volume up on YouTube or on your device. If it's too loud, turn your volume down on your device or on YouTube. If it's too fast, you can pause and you can also slow it down. There are lots of things that you can do on YouTube to make your YouTube experience a lot better. Okay, so don't forget those things. And also, if you have questions or comments, the best way to contact me is through the web page. That link is in the notes underneath this video. And again, click that. Then when you get there, click that contact tab. It goes straight to my email. You can send me pictures of your progress on your work, or if you have a question and take a picture of what's not working, or just ask a question. I'll do my best to help you. Also, if you have a question that you want me to talk about online, you know, or on our live video chats, you can put that question through that way as well. The thing that I always say is there aren't any dumb questions at all ever when it comes to crochet. There are just things we may not understand. And everybody does things differently. Crochet is an ever-growing and changing art all the time. And lots of crafters do things differently. And I may do it different than another crafter or crocheter may do things a little different than I do. It doesn't make it wrong. It just makes it different, you know? So, the last thing I want to leave you with, I almost forgot about our book giveaway that Kristen Omdahl is giving away her Crochet Power book to one person. The way to get involved in this is to comment on last week's live video. And if you want to know about it, I talked all about it on last week's live video. It's on YouTube. It's easy to find because it says Crochet Power right on the front, and the picture is this. Okay? And next Tuesday, our next live video, I will announce the winner of who will receive this book, and then I'll send that name over. I will need you to send me message, but we'll talk about that next week because she'll need your information as well. And don't worry, I will send it only to her, no one else. Okay? I don't do that. You know I hate spammy stuff. All right. All right, so it's super duper hot here this week, so I want y'all to stay cool wherever you are. I'm going to try to stay cool myself. All righty, guys, and I'll see you next week. Have a super duper week.